everybody.
Greetings.
Greetings. This is season 3, episode 5 of the C-Note. And today is a very special day because the cast of my newest film, Jumbled Thoughts, is being interviewed today. So I thought it would be a great idea to have guest hosts so I wouldn't have to interview myself and interview the rest of the cast. So today we have Miss Kenya Chase and Miss Terry Johnson Day, who are the guest hosts for today.
Hello and welcome to the C-Note. I am Kenya Chase, and this is the C-Note where we keep it 100 or 100, like they say here in Baltimore, where the real recognize real, and we also see fake answers out there. So it's nice to be here to host the guest host along with Terry, the C-Note. We're going to be asking some questions to the cast of Jumbled Thoughts, a wonderful, awesome short film that Cortez came up with, wrote, produced, and directed himself. Like, amazing.
Congratulations, my love.
So we're going to start out first by just, I guess, introducing our cast members so you can get to know who they are and what characters they play in the movie. I guess we're going to start right here since you're right next to me.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm Mama Kay, Lawal Hip Hop Granny, Artistic Director of Moonwork Productions. And I was really proud to be a part of this wonderful cast. It was a wonderful day. I just had a small part, but I was so proud.
Such a small part.
But
you brought the
I wish I had small parts. I've never had small parts.
She played Miss Janice.
Miss Janice, how could I forget? Yeah. So it was exciting. The family component of it. It was a very, very interesting piece to be a part of. So I can't wait till you all get to see it.
Awesome. You want to introduce yourself? Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Make it happen.
Y'all know who I am. I'm Cortez Ransom, and I play Grizzly in this project. Grizzly is somebody who believes in this community. He works 9 to 5 at a job he can't stand. He's really a spoken word artist. So he's all about trying to help with this community and all that. I'm not going to get to what the film is about until you ask that question.
Don't want to give too much. Don't want to give too much yet. Not yet. You want to go now?
Hello, everybody. I'm Sherry Cunningham Cradwell, and I play one of the aunties. And they were named for Carl's aunts. And the one that you picked me, that you said I was most like, was Miss Laverne. Correct. And I think I did a pretty good job. I was very happy with the job.
I did.
He's a wonderful writer, wonderful director.
Thank you.
On his way up, and I'm supporting him all the way in all he does because he's fabulous.
Thank you.
Not to mention they're related.
But we didn't always know that.
Not to mention
That's a whole other film.
So you want to go next?
Yes. Hey y'all, my name is Kevin Seymour from Baltimore, Maryland. Born and raised. So I had a chance, the opportunity to play a part in this production. I sent my information to Cortez, and next thing you know, he pulled me aside and he said, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna give you this just because of the roads that you've been in right now." So I had a chance to play Trey. Trey was the type of dude that very diehard set against his religion and his beliefs. So I can't give you all everything, but what I can do is say you're going to enjoy it. I had a chance to be with this wonderful cast. You guys have seen the trailer, so just wait for the opportunity to see the show.
That trailer turned out fire.
Yeah,
I made it for myself.
It did.
I did.
Yeah, Kevin.
All right, I guess I'm next. My name is Morgan Mosley. I'm also from Baltimore, Maryland. I play Joshua, so he's kind of the opposite of Lizzie. He's kind of carefree and easygoing and nothing matters.
I would say that about you. Joshua believes in people changing. That's why he's like, if we just get over it and move forward, right? And that was so long ago. He's a little naive because he believes all that stuff no longer happens, right? And then it comes out later on in the film when there's a story told to let Joshua know that it's still going on. It's still going on.
It's still happening.
Well, yeah, so that's, explain it better than I can. Like everybody else, it's great to be a part of it, and hopefully, people get to see it and really enjoy it and get.
I see people waving, but I can't see them the rest of you. Anyway.
That's fine.
So, I think the first thing I want to ask is to Cortez, what exactly gave you the idea for the concept for Jumbled Thoughts?
Well, actually, this film started out as a stage piece. As some of you know, that I was asked for my theater company to be the resident theater company in space, which is good. We're having some innovation with them right now. So we were talking about they had a specific date that they wanted the announcement to be made, and there were some performances that had to be done. So we were talking on the phone, myself and Miss Angela, who were on vacation. And somehow, because we talked on the phone for like 5 hours at a time. And so we got into this conversation about the fact that people complain about the drugs in our community and stuff like that. But then we turn around and we celebrate these films that highlights it and glamorize it. She said, it would be good if you could write something about that, right? So I sat down and thought about it, and I wrote a 2-character piece, right? It was only 2 characters at first. And basically it deals with these 2 friends. They both have sons, and there's this movie marathon coming to town, a quote-unquote hood movie marathon, right? And they're all excited about it, including my character originally was excited about it. Until something happens to change his mind, his outlook on his goddaughter. I don't want to get too much of that. Something happens to his goddaughter that makes him rethink that whole celebrating these types of films. So there's a big conversation that ensues between Rizzy and Joshua, an emotional conversation, because Joshua's not really trying to hear. He's really enthusiastic about this, this movie marathon, and the fact that there's a line in there that says, it's like a rites of passage where we're from. All our pops took us, So my character is like, maybe it's time for, a new rites of passage. So it went from that, performing it with these 2 characters, which the characters Trey and Eric are actually mentioned in the stage piece, but they were not written yet. They were not written yet. So after we did the stage piece, which was really well received, and the audience got to talk back to us about it and everything, I sat down and said this should be a short film. And that's when I decided to give Trey and Eric some lines. And then, like a week or 2 before we were supposed to shoot, I said, I need to have a female presence in this film, right? And I have this habit of naming some of my characters after people that I love. Like in my first film, Speak It Real, the mother in my first film was named Minnie, because my mother was named Minnie. Right, so it's not necessarily that the character is based on their life, on the person's life. I just named the characters in honor of the people that I love. So like that's the new film that's what happened. I named 2 of the characters, Miss Janice and Miss Lorraine, because 2 of my aunts, my mother's sisters, were no longer here. And I wanted to name those characters in honor of them, not that you're necessarily portraying them. Yeah. And my Aunt Janice just passed away maybe 3 years ago, and she was just 69 years old.
Young.
Yeah, Aunt Laverne passed like back in 1997 or 98, and she was like in her early 40s.
Can I add to what you just said? You was talking about your aunts, the 2 characters in the movie. One is named Miss Laverne and Miss Janice.
Yes.
Now, you was talking about the ancestors. And one of the lines that Miss Laverne says is that part, as they say. Nowadays, you know what really pisses me off? When some black people say, we are not our ancestors. And you're saying ancestors are very much alike.
Yes.
And they very much live in all of us.
Wow.
And it's how we choose to acknowledge them in our everyday life. And I wanted to say that Miss Janice, who's played by Mama Kay, says, we need to realize that one of the reasons all those other groups stay in power and do so well is because they honor and revere their ancestors.
Right.
Again, which is what you do in all of your films and all of your plays. So kudos to you, Mr.
That's right. That's right.
And then he's my cousin. It's funny because I did the same thing. I wrote a play called Sneaking Out at the Royal. And I named the character Shirley after my mother's sister, and I named the other name the character Naomi, which her nickname was Peggy. So my mother's nickname was Peggy. And that's what I did. It was to honor our ancestors, the ones that gave me energy and courage and said, keep it going, you do right, because I used to be the little star in the family. I would write my poems, and Carl Tate does the same thing, writes and uses the ancestors.
So it's in your bloodline, it's in your bloodline.
Yeah, I want to say right quick, because we definitely want to talk to you guys too.
Yeah.
How we met. We met like back in 97, I think that was when we was done. And she was the executive producer. And I was a young actor on this film. And I was only in one scene. I played this young husband dude selling green pies.
I remember that.
Final call
Yeah.
newspaper. So,
We both did
right.
that.
Yeah, you were in it too. But we did not know each other. Okay, we found out 10 years later that we were related.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really
we
related.
found out in 2007.
Second cousin
We
related.
found out in 2007 that we were related when the family reunion was being planned, and my mother took me over her mother's house. Her house.
Yup, that's what we found out.
He's in the movie that I'm executive producer over right now. That's my cousin.
Because
And then our brother, several years later, we were both extras on The Head of State, that Chris Rock movie.
Oh, right.
And I met her brother on the set. We didn't know we were cousins. Her brother. I got a big family.
Wow.
It's beautiful though, if you all are connected and doing the same artistry.
Right.
Definitely. So let me get to your character.
Oh, yeah.
Just tell us about your character and how you felt about the character you played. Did you identify with the character in any kind of way?
Well, let me say one right quick. How I brought him into it. Okay. Yes, I was very impressed with, the several clips that he sent me. He sent me a reel with like 3 different characters.
Okay.
3 different characters, very distinct characters. And of course I was impressed by that.
Okay.
But see, I'm always a little skeptical, which I did see in a video that I posted recently, that I'm always a little skeptical when I work with new people because some people have turned out a little flake, right? But what really pulled me in is that I saw a certain name on his resume, right? I saw Austin's name on his resume.
Oh, okay.
And Austin is a good friend of mine, who
Yes.
also played my best friend
Right.
in one of my other films.
He's wonderful. He's a
Yeah.
wonderful.
And I know that Austin doesn't deal with anybody that plays around. He don't
He
deal with
doesn't.
mess.
Never
So that was
had.
another reason why we got selected, because I knew if Austin's name was on my resume, I knew that you don't play. So thank you, Austin.
We love you, Austin. No, you're really a talented person who shares just in the same manner that you do, making sure that other actors get an opportunity. So kudos.
Well, come on, Mr. Trey.
all right.
Yeah.
You still that rope?
So what I found out about Trey was the type of dude. First of all, when I first got the role, I wasn't really immersed in his role. And then as I started working with Cortez, he started saying, this is how Trey is. And found out that Trey was really an emotional type dude. He believed in what he believed in. But the thing about it was all built on tradition of what was taught to him, passed down by his family. And the thing about it really wasn't our tradition that was passed down. It was what was taught to his family through We're white people, I'm sorry to say.
It's
It just feels
I think
that.
the white image of
I
Jesus.
think I see that casting book here trying to just join us.
So that's what Trey was, and Trey really stood fast to it. You know, and towards the end, you know, when this boy is sitting there and talking about it, I guess he started seeing some things, but I can't really go into those things, right? I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. But he started to, there was some awakening there.
I think I see you on that, Mosaic. I want to join us. I think it's a little light I see up there. I can't see it.
How can we get them on?
I look at Joe over there, push a couple of buttons.
Tell the truth, you don't know what button to push.
I do. But see, I'm normally at home.
Oh, yeah.
It's like up close to me, and I can just press it. Right now, I have to walk up there.
Well, do so. Isn't that gonna hurt?
All right, well, let's go to Morgan so Morgan can tell us about.
Oh, Morgan, do you want to come up a little bit?
You like that name, I like that name. Boy.
It's hard to kind of really talk about this, you know, it's, the short film's not out yet, and I don't.
You don't want to give away too much.
Exactly.
Well, just say like, how did you feel playing the character?
I will say
Did you
that
identify with the character?
I did not identify with the character,
Okay.
but talking to Carl Tays and reading the script, I tried to do my best to embody what Carl Tays' idea of the character was. Now, that I don't know, you know, I don't really know how to express that better than that, but you know, it's more about just making sure that I was doing my part to do something that he would be proud of.
Which is the sign of a great actor, as you two both said, that you listen to your director / also the writer. So the writer and the director knew what he wanted to be portrayed and how he wanted it to be portrayed. And by the two of you being the great actors that you are, through listening to him, listening, not talking back, but listening, giving feedback, you were able to portray what the writer and the director wanted to come forth to his audience.
And let me say about Morgan right quick. I met Morgan in 2013. You ain't done yet. I met Morgan in 2013. He was cast as my character's best friend, and I played that Professor Amini Court. Some of you know Professor Amini Court directly. Played by a brother by the name of Walter Moses.
Right. Very well.
Strike Heaven on the Face.
Woo.
Right. A very heavy play where I played the soldier with post-traumatic stress disorder. Right. And so that's how I met Morgan. He came in because somebody else was going to go dropped out. So he came in to play the best friend, and I've known him since 2013. And you know, so I called upon him, you know, because he was a part of my favorite company too. So I called upon him to be in that the two character piece that was written, right? And of course, I wanted him to play the same role in the film as well, because I know that if he said he was going to do something, he's going to do it. And he's going to give his best and give his all.
That's
to
important.
deliver.
Very important.
And I'm, you know, and I'm very pleased with what he delivered on film.
I like to also add something serious. And both of these actors have beautiful teeth. And these are things that are very important. That they look good.
Thank you.
Mr. Colte,
Yes.
you had subliminal messages in this movie from the beginning
I do
to
with
the
symbolism
end.
a lot in my films.
Yes. And one of them was the flashing of freedom. Okay, freedom. Why is that so important to you?
Why is freedom important?
Yes.
Well, for one, we think that what we're living under now is freedom, but it's not. This is not freedom. Anytime any one of us can be snatched up at any given moment by a racist in a uniform at their whim, this is not freedom. What happened to Sonia Massey last month is not freedom, right? And so freedom is very important to me. Like, you got black people digging back and forth like we do every 4 years about this election. Every 4 years we find ourselves in the same boat, right? I call it rinse and repeat. I call it a rinse and repeat because it's basically the same thing. Every 4 years, we find ourselves battling each other over, arguing over who we should vote for, right? When, and the bottom line is, neither one of those parties really give a damn about black people, to be honest. They really don't. That's just the truth. So, freedom is very important to me because it's important that our future generations have freedom. I don't want to see them still keep going through the same things that they're going through. Because I do tell a young man's story in this film who was murdered not 2 years ago yet. It'll be 2 years in October by the name of Sheen Carter. His name is spoken in this film, Sheen Carter. He was murdered in October of 2022. So it's coming October and making exactly 2 years. And since that's happened to him, we've had other incidents. On February 28th of this year, there was a young black man, I forgot what state it was in, that was found hanging from a tree. Okay? Towards the end of last year, there was a young black woman, I think it was in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, in her early 20s, who was found hanging from a tree. You have a young black girl who was 18 years old, who was working at a working at a Walmart in Rockford, Illinois, when this 28-year-old white man came there wielding a knife, wielding 2 knives. I don't know why security didn't stop him. But according to reports, he was in there mean-mugging all the black people in the same crib. So we came upon this young brother by the name of Jason Jenkins, who was 18 years old, who was working at that Walmart. You know, he was supposed to graduate in 2 months in May in high school. So here he is working hard at the Walmart. His back was turned at the time. And this white man comes up behind him while his back is turned, while he's working, and stabs him in the back. And while he stabbed him in the back, he calls him the N-word. Right? Which is something that's also mentioned in this film that I'm really going to give away about that word, the word nigger. Right? And one of the reasons why we should be using it as much as we do, right? Because something that came out in the trial of Lamar Arbery, that guy that shot him on, he stood over him and said effing N-word, right?
Right.
And that's probably the last thing that Lamar heard, right? So,
Thanks for explaining why you.
yeah, and see, I went one time, just real quick. Somebody was going back and forth with me about this whole commodity, right?
Which is what you did.
Yeah, right. And so I'm like, I'm like, when I said something about the fact that, because he kept going at me, right? When I said something about the fact, I said, well, quite frankly, over the past 15 years or more, I've been trying to tell black folks that we need to declare sovereignty and develop our own government and develop our own judicial system. You know, he got quiet on me.
How it does it?
Because if we had done that, back when I first said it, we would have to be panicking right now about Project 2025. Because Project 2025 would not touch us if we had our own government and our own judicial system. They wouldn't be able to do anything else. Because right now, every 4 years, we panicking. And we always voting only out of fear. We never vote strategically. Other groups of people vote strategically and they make demands for their vote.
Which is what these 2 people said when they talk about the ancestors and the groups of people. And one of the things that I've noticed in your film is that blacks have different ideology. But you try to show, although we may have differences, we still have a common ground. We can discuss this and work through certain things as long as your inner voice is open and the outer voice, because people always have an inner voice and an outer voice on them. So it's up to them to decide in their mind, in their thought process, what is acceptable to them, which is, I think, why one of the other subliminal suggestions you use is a black chess piece and a white chess piece. And I think that's marvelous. You guys will see that in the movie. And
well, they see some of it in the trailer too.
And before Ms. Kenya say something, I do believe that the 2 of you, Ms. Kenya and Mr. Paul, what did you 2 do of an original nature?
Well, that was some music created specifically for this project.
Oh, okay.
And well, Miss Angela, who I mentioned, who owns the home theater,
Right.
her 2 sons are also musicians. They create music and master music and all of that. So
Yeah.
I said I would like to do some original music, right? So they let us hear some instrumental tracks, which they let us take home and work on, right? So I already had some ideas in my mind for some of the words for Jumbled Thoughts, for a song called Jumbled Thoughts. which I gave those words to Kenya. So send those words to Kenya. She took it and ran with it, right? So the song Jumbled Thoughts basically is co-written by us, right? Because it incorporates my words and her words.
Y'all better work. Yeah, y'all better work.
And so
Yeah.
I'm singing it, I sing the song. I sing the lead on the song and then we're harmonizing on the chorus together.
Beautiful.
And then there's a part in there towards the end where she's singing and we're like bouncing off of each other.
I
Right?
love it. Can't wait to hear
And
it.
then there's another song called, which is like an ode to my fellow black brothers, called My Black Brother,
It's beautiful.
which I wrote all the lyrics to that and we recorded that.
That's nice.
And so the two brothers that are Miss Angela's sons,
Yeah.
they're doing some instrumental music as well, and they're scoring the film as well.
Okay.
So this will be my first film that will have a total original score.
Impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you.
So, did you have anything else?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ms.
I
Kennedy.
need to talk some more.
I mean, listen, sometimes we get your best education about this.
You're
Listen,
listening. I agree.
listen.
I agree.
I'll tell you one thing I love the fact that we are taking our own writing and keeping it within ourselves and not needing to run to Hollywood in order to get our work done, you know, because we know what's going on in our neighborhoods, in our society, and we can write it better than Hollywood can. And so that's why with my play, I had a few guys that came up to me and wanted to, oh, you know, I would really love to buy your show. No, because you'll change it,
Yeah.
you know, and then it won't be sneaking out at the Royal. The Royal Theater was a stellar place in Baltimore. And you can't change anything about it.
Right.
So, you know, it was like, no, and I, like with Carl Case, he's keeping his writing and making it work, giving the director, giving the film folks to make a movie, and that's what I want to do, and that's what we as artists are doing now. We're holding on to our own writing and doing the whole thing, the whole gamut.
And I would be remiss if I don't mention my GP. Okay, I need to mention Mr. Ross Tracy there who shot.
Yes.
That's right.
Because he knows that I'm very much financially challenged.
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically didn't charge me to shoot this film.
Wow.
I was trying to think of money to pay him, you know, but he's like, don't worry about it. You know, so
That's right.
shot this film. And
Amazing.
a lot of times where people do that because they believe in what I'm doing, because I'm not doing the same old spiritual stuff, you know, that's we're constantly bombarded with this spiritual type of stuff.
And that's impressive. And, you know, just working, community working in the manner that you're talking about. And that has to happen because many of us are just challenged in some ways. It doesn't mean that we don't have great ideas. And we can come up with ways of collaborating. You know, it's very important that we do that.
And even though, 'cause I made a joke last night on mine, you know, you've heard the term shoestring budget.
Right.
I said I had a string budget because I couldn't afford the shoes. All I had was the laces. There's the laces, but the film doesn't look like that. They don't look like the impossible. It looks good. And it can be put up against a lot of that stuff in Hollywood. They have all these big budgets.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to piggyback on. When we
You mind
initially,
baby back and we don't.
I know, when we initially shot it, I had been on sets before, so I've always seen that there's always like this controlled chaos on a set. You know, everybody's running around, everybody's doing what they're doing. They've got cameras set up all over, got lighting is all over. Everything is just like right in its place. And then when we started shooting this film, I kind of like questioned it. Because I was like, okay, we're shooting one camera. He's going with this view and that view only, and then he goes up and he starts shooting again. And I was like, man, I was like, the lighting on this it's not gonna be right. The sound it's gonna probably be off. You know what I mean? Because the way we were shooting. And then I was just saying to myself, once I saw the trailer, I saw it. And I said, wow. He was able to do all of this Big ups to you, Cortez.
Big up to Ross Trey.
Big ups to everybody that was on this set.
Ross
Because
Trey.
I couldn't believe the way that it came out. I've seen bigger productions, more people, and it not have the clarity, the continuity.
Not to mention it was snowing.
And it was snowing.
We had to work through those elements.
The sun was going down on us. We had so much stuff that was
I'm
going
telling
on. And the way that it came out was just
No
beautiful.
rain,
So
all that.
I just definitely want to say that the Cortez and the whole entire cast to get this message out was a blessing.
And that night in the alley, you were there.
Who
too.
was night in the alley? That was night in the alley. What happened?
No, because that part where that's me running, right?
Right.
So you were in the alley behind me.
Right.
It was cold out there that night.
Yeah.
It was like, it was either a Thursday night or Friday night in January.
Right.
Cold and windy. And at one point it started raining, right?
Yeah.
Which I felt like that rain was actually like a,
Cleansing. Like a cleansing.
but also a sign. Or like, because you talk about subliminal messages in my film. That whole hoodie thing
Yes.
was to Trayvon Martin. Okay. And at one point when we were shooting with
And then you have a can of tea
You
too?
should
I want somebody to get that.
Three.
Y'all ain't hear that.
We ain't gonna have it.
Why I had to be the one to say
We
it?
didn't hear that.
But-
Don't worry about it,
But
kid.
yeah, so at one point when we were shooting in the alley and I had the hood on and I was the part where I was supposed to run past the camera, it started raining, right? And I thought about the night that Trayvon was killed.
Right.
It was raining and he was attacked by that person.
Wow.
Yeah. I felt a lot of these people's spirits on the set.
That's
From
wonderful.
the part of the film where Rizzy is talking to Joshua about what happened to the young brother with Shane Carter. There were some lines that I had written out, but some of them are in that part of the movie. But then there's a part that really came out that I felt like Rasheen was speaking through me. Right? Because Rasheen was a young brother, 25 years old, and he was a father, and he had a little girl. Like, I think it was a girl maybe 2 years old. And, when I was like describing what happened to him, I was like, my character was like, they got off on torturing him, right? And they got off on him and beg for his life. And I could hear him saying, please don't kill me, I got my little girl to live for, right? So, when I was doing that part, look at you, let's talk about it. Anyway,
He's tearing up, yo, he's tearing up.
I can picture him begging for his life,
Oh my God.
asking him not to kill him because he's a little girl.
Right.
And he wants to live for his child. But they didn't care. They got off on something that for his life, right?
So you internalize.
Yeah.
That's all. That makes a great actor.
This is something.
Yeah, and also one thing I want to say about acting is people think that acting is like pretending, but acting is not pretending. Acting is becoming.
We good.
Because we actually become the character. I call it living in their skin, because if you're in the skin of something, you feel all of its emotions, all of its vibrations, you feel everything. And so you can act out or pay homage to that character by identifying with their feelings and emotions at a specific time, or like thinking about what was going through Trayvon's mind right then and there. Like that's a lot to embody for somebody to have portrayed it. Like what Rasheen, what Trayvon, what all those people whose blood is shed on our Baltimore streets, like what?
And all around the country.
Global.
Yes,
Around the world.
Yes,
Because the machine was down
everywhere.
south somewhere.
Around the world.
And they dismembered his body. They lynched him and cut his head off and cut some other body parts off.
Yeah, and so we're thinking that that's stuff that happened a long time ago. No, it's still happening right now.
And there's a line said in the movie from our character, that he was surrounded by him, right? And none of us were out there to help him.
Right.
I think about stuff like that, how he felt in that moment when he was realized he was surrounded by these people that wanted to kill him. And he was out there by himself. Right?
As you said, freedom, we're not free.
Right.
Freedom, we're not free.
Not free. And the train, I guess you could say, well, the train was a representative in our community of food. Right? Dealing with the underground railroad and all of that. So yeah, that's where that train comes from, too. So,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah. But
Jumbled thoughts.
Mr. Morgan Mosley, brilliant actor. Yes, you are. And that little devilish smirky day holding up the white piece, right? You know, there's nothing.
I know.
See,
I didn't get to see that because we haven't seen all the shit.
did you see the smirk in the trailer?
Yeah, I saw that smoke in the trailer. I can't wait to see the whole piece.
I did it like that because in our community, one of the reasons why we can't get as free as we need to is because we have representatives for whiteness. We have representatives for whiteness
That's real.
and blackface.
Oh,
Right.
definitely. That's big, real.
Now some of them realize what they're doing, and then there's others that don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just something that's programmed into them. Now with Joshua, it's not something that he really knows that's going on, right? He actually really believes that things have changed and that it's not happening anymore. And there's a part there where he stands up, he's like, but I got some white friends, right? I'm not gonna tell you what happened to that part. He said that. And then he's also like, but we had a black president a few years ago, right? And my character's like, man, there were racist attacks happening damn near every day of the Obama administration, right? The attacks never stopped, right? As a matter of fact, it made it hype them up. It hyped up even more because they were pissed. They were pissed that that black man was in that White House.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's why you started seeing like nooses and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
Nooses were popping up in different locations.
Yeah.
Different schools.
Yeah, they were planting them on college campuses and all that. So, you want to ask them some more questions. I've been talking about I don't know.
Well, I was just going to say, I did want to thank Terry because
Oh, yes, I knew that too. I said that to her on the phone, but she was like, don't say that. But, yes.
when we were filming, it was freezing. Like
Freezing.
Sherry said.
Yeah.
You allowed us, Terry allowed us to use her
The
house.
house,
We
yeah.
weren't filming.
And it was a nice house.
Not only that,
First of all,
snacks and tea.
she allowed us
I love a snack.
She allowed us to use her house to film that. We got to film not only on her porch, but there were a couple of parts shot in her house as well. And she did invite everybody in and had snacks and all that.
And her bathroom was very clean.
Yes.
strangers, and that's I mean, I
I
really
wasn't.
Terry, so I was.
That wasn't strange. That was like a sister.
So, I really appreciate it.
Mama Kay.
So I must be doing something right. I got some great ass people on my side. So all you motherfuckers that don't like me.
Oh, we get it back.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's that one part that we also see you big asses over there. That was like,
Oh,
that was a little side eye to them.
you decide that.
Little side eye.
No, 'cause I've been accused of hating white people by some black people. And when I try to explain to them, first of all, hatred takes energy. And I don't waste any of my energy on hating anybody. Just because I speak the truth, they see that as hatred. Just because I say that we need to have our own government and we need to have our own judicial system, they see that as hatred. Because a lot of our people are tied to this system. No matter how abusive this system has been to us, we're tied to it and don't want to let it go and do our own thing. And when I saw what happened with Kamala, the fact that we had all these black people that raised several $1 million for her in less than 24 hours, that tells me that black people can come together and do something for ourselves if we want to. But we choose to just go behind this politician. But
In your film, like what you were just talking about the community. So would you say that the community starts at home? when you have a strong home base, a strong foundation, where the family is united, and then when the individuals go out into the public, into the community, what they feel, their mindset affects how they interact with other people. Is that why who we are as black male and black female and our black ancestors, what they endured, what they went through so that we could be here now? What is the date? August the 10th, 2024, so that we would be able to stand on their shoulders. It's like, hey, there are some of us who are still fighting for our freedom. There are still some of us who believe in the truth, who believe in the light that you were showing us, right? So when you say that when you say freedom, it's freedom of spirituality, it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of our thought process. It is freedom to be who we are unapologetically. And that goes for whether it's another black person or anyone in another race or in another culture, because no one has gone through what the black culture has gone through here in the United States. Not in Africa, but here, what we went through and are still going through. Freedom. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just doing what has been placed for me to do, what's been placed in my heart and my spirit to do. And you know, at first, you know, I was like a little quiet, right? About stuff. I was a quiet church boy. Singing in the choir, right? And at one point in my life when I was singing in the choir at a predominantly black church, where the choir was all black, and actually the pastor was white. Okay? When I had one of my first experiences with the racist cop, because he wanted to target young black men, right? He wanted to, he had a racist quota that he wanted to fulfill with the rest of young black men, right? You know, I'm not really going to, I'm trying to tell the short part of the story I told before. You know, I was living down in the Mount Vernon area years ago, and I just came home from the rehearsal, and I was hungry, didn't feel like cooking, so I wanted to order something from this curry out 2 blocks from where I live at.
Was that Mount Vernon generally a white area? What was it? Was it
It was black people where I was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was black people where I was. And everybody in my building was black.
That's
So
all
there
right.
was no white person in the basement.
All right.
But I ordered something from this place called Never on a Sunday.
Was it a Sunday that you?
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a Sunday?
It wasn't a Sunday.
Okay.
It was 2 blocks away from where I live at. So I called my food. I waited. Then I walked around there. There's a bus stop around there. And there was like 4 other guys sitting on the bus stop, and I knew there's 4 black guys, and I knew one of them. He sang. He also knows that I sing. You know, we both love the Wiz and all that. We both love that song, Be Alive. He wanted me to sing on the street corner with him. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get my food and go home, man. So there's one other brother walked up, so maybe there's 6 of us out there. So this white cop pulled up, and he asked him if they were waiting for the bus. They told him, you know, if they were. He said they were lying. He told me that he drove around several times that night, and that they were out there for a long period of time, right? But even if that's true, they weren't bothering anybody. They were just sitting in the bus stop talking at night. So I figured he wasn't talking to me, right? Because I just got there. He claimed he drove around there several times that night. He could not have seen me, right? So I went in to go pick up my food and go home, and he came up behind me, basically. Come back outside, you know, I was like, but I haven't done anything wrong. I just came in here to, you know, to pick up my food or whatever, you know. And he said, you go the easy way or the hard way. He said it a couple of times, you go the easy way or the hard way, right? So I walked outside with this person, and I was telling him about the fact that I was on a seizure medication at the time because of a brain injury that I suffered at the time. And this person didn't show me care or concern for my life, for my health, for my safety. And I told him I was on seizure medication for Dilantin, and I didn't have my medicine with me at my apartment. That's when he chose to take both of his pale white hands and grab me around my throat. He violently grabbed me around my throat, and his exact words were, "I'll make you have a fucking seizure if you don't do what I'm saying." So he put those handcuffs on me. He put me in that paddy wagon. And there was a time that I could not tell that without getting really emotional, because I was traumatized by this shit for a long time. Okay, I was sitting in a jail cell all night long because of that. And I I've been targeted since then before, and I've also had experience in a hospital where racist doctors target black patients. People think this Tuskegee experiments in the past. It's not. They still use black people as their guinea pigs, especially in these teaching hospitals where they had med students that they use the black patients as guinea pigs for their med students. Several times when I was in this hospital, I woke up seeing a whole bunch of them standing around my bed with clipboards. They were like an advanced science project. So they were trying to kill me. And actually, one of those doctors came in my room and told me that I wasn't doing good and that I needed to start playing in my funeral. He actually told me to start playing in my funeral. Right? I told my mother I needed to get out of that hospital. And if I had not told my mother that if she did not kick me out of that hospital, I wouldn't be there right now. And when they got through with me, I was in such bad shape. You know, when I came back to this area, I was given last rites. Right? And I had to fight my way back to that. So that's some of the reasons why I'm so outspoken, because of what I've been through personally.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
I mean, I
What
say
what you've experienced, the trauma that you've experienced in your life, has brought you like, told you like, hey, I've lived that myself.
Right.
Nobody can tell me anything different. And by you living it yourself, you have certain emotions and certain thoughts that's going through your head at the time that you're going through it yourself. So I'm sure someone else has had similar thoughts too, which is also why counseling is good.
Yeah.
Your counseling, we need therapy. This film will be therapeutic. The film will be therapeutic for you.
Do you hear that?
Yes, it will.
All right.
so. Let's talk about some happy stuff like
I'm going to have dinner soon.
Oh, what you have for dinner?
I have no idea.
She can
But I
cook,
do
y'all.
cook.
She can cook.
I don't look like it for nothing. Thank you. I needed that. So, but this conversation was more than I expected. I'm very happy about us taking this dialogue, making, the work even more meaningful for what it did for us and what we know others can get from it. So I'm very appreciative of this process.
You said you wanted, let's talk about something happy, right? What we doing now is happy.
Yeah.
Because we're dialoguing with each other with something that's not easy to talk about. So we're talking truth. No, we're talking truth here and help bring it to light. So yeah, there's some sad pieces, but there's some joy in it. It's some joy in it too, right?
I did purposely put some humor in the film as well, right?
We good.
Was that an English part?
It was a little
like-
he made it a little, but we make fun of him a little.
Well, audience, I hope that you all are listening, and I hope you take an opportunity to really enjoy this film. And I guess we would like to hear from the audience eventually about what they think.
Yeah, well, definitely when it's out there. Well, the goal is to definitely submit it once it's scored and all that, submit it to some film festivals. But during that process, I do want to arrange a screening.
Okay.
So the past can see the film and some other people can see the film, but I do want to try to submit it to the film festival to see if it gets into the festival. And then eventually it will end up probably on Screen D&D as well.
Good.
Along with the Eternal Extras, right? A brilliant film too, if I might say so.
Okay.
Shameless plug.
A two-time award-winning film. And Screen D&D was also created by Mr. Austin Amin. He started that streaming platform so that black artists from this, well, not just black artists, but mainly black artists from this area, from D&D, can have a platform to show their work.
Right.
Which is very important. Very important.
Very important.
Yeah, and so what made you all agree to be a part of this too?
I'll tell you what made me agree to do it.
Y'all related, that's why.
Not only that, but because it's so nice to have found that I had another family member that was engrossed with theater as much as I was.
That's a great thing.
I was the only one. And now, you know, I had him right here. It took forever but the Lord led us to each other when we needed to be led to each other. And we've been together ever
So your
since.
brother who was on the set of the head of state, it was just like a hobby to him?
Yes.
It was not a passion for him?
Right, but it was a passion for me, like I told your mother. I was like, that's my cousin. It was just wonderful to know that I had another lesbian that I could relate to and would
I'm trying to
understand.
get a hold of that scene too where I was playing the game cowboy.
I think I have that. We went there together.
Yeah, and I have it. We're gonna figure out how we.
I think I have a copy somewhere.
Yeah, but the point of being able to commune with people who are like people, like-minded people, especially in theater. And I'm crossing over in the screen now. My thing was on the theater, live theater, because it's nothing like acting on stage, because you only get one time to make it right. On film, you can do it over and over again until you get it perfectly right. But in theater, you only have one shot.
Not the way they make us rehearse. Not the way we rehearse.
No, theater is tough. And film can be tough too, especially when you're fighting with the elements like we were.
Yeah.
We had to do it with snow.
Oh, no, we were doing snow.
So we got it done though.
Yeah.
Despite all those challenges, we got it done. I'm very pleased.
And I wanted to help you because you know what, from the beginning, we don't have a lot of money. We were able to give you a clip from the movie to help you. You know, even though you didn't get paid, we didn't get paid. But what happened was we were able to be seen. You know, and sometimes that's more than getting paid.
And I tell you what else is more important. Collaborating with friends and family to get something done and making some sacrifices to make that happen is important in community. You know what I mean? So I really think that these kinds of opportunities, we need to make a sacrifice and support each other more in our projects.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And my goal with my film work is just to reach. I mean, anybody can watch it no matter who they are, but I want to reach out to and to get us to love us as spoken in the film. Because we give love to everybody else, but we don't always love our own like we should. We show compassion to everybody else, but we want to hold grudges with our own people. Right? You know, so I want us just to look at each other with more understanding and compassion. My films are meant to try to heal and to be vulnerable and all that shit, right? That's what I like to try to do. You know, it's not about trying to hate anybody like I get accused of by someone else to get accused of, right? You know, because you know a lot of our people have been trained to be protected of you know who, right? So that's why I get attacked by someone with some of those niggas sometimes. Anyway,
I get sad at.
the Stevens from Django Unchained. But anyway, y'all know Stevens from Django Unchained. You know that character. You know, you know that boy.
I thought it was the best part of the film.
No, he's being funny. He's being funny. You know he wasn't.
Samuel Jackson.
He's acting.
It's better.
I like when people play ugly characters.
Well, yeah.
Somebody got to do it.
And
Somebody got to do it well. Or the point is that made.
And that white ass kisser, that was an ugly role. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why was it important for you to have a hospital in your film? Remember, you was driving around and said, I need a hospital. I need their sign in this film. Why was that so important?
Just to like signify what happened to the little girl, basically. So that's why I just like a flash of that hospital sign.
All right. I just found it a little more because you were dead bent on that. I need a hospital. I need this hospital. I need this sign. I need this sign.
Because see, like even going back for a second, last Friday, August the 2nd, was my beautiful grandmother's birthday. She passed away in 9 years ago, right?
Leo season.
Yeah, her birthday was August the 2nd. And I wanted to release the trailer on her birthday. Okay. Ross Frey didn't give it to me until like later that evening, like the day was on the photo, right? But also on top of that, it wasn't exactly how I wanted it. Right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna put it out there like that. We came to the bathroom like I just so she heard from coming back to vouch for what I'm saying. You know the screen you hear in the trailer, right? That wasn't the screen that was used originally. The screen that we used originally was like a double screen, you know what I mean? One double screen?
One side, I had one thing on the side.
No. It was like two sounds, right? And it sounded a little phony to me. It didn't sound real. And at one point it sounded like a puppy. Whimpering. And I'm like, nah, you can't keep that in there, right? I'm like, you gotta get that scream out of there and to make sure this is right. And you know like how you start out seeing you say the first part of one of your lines, like where your character says, you know those people that want you to stay in power.
Right.
And that's where I wanted to go from there. I wanted you to be seen saying that.
Okay.
But I was very specific about making sure he was seen holding up that white piece smirking when they said they honor every day their ancestors. Right? That was very intentional. That I wanted you to be seen in the trailer. Of course, you'll be seen saying it in the film.
Okay.
In the trailer, I want it.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right then.
She's supposed to be hosting. She left. So she
Everybody got to pee sometime.
got pee. It's a pee break going on. We human up in here.
Oh,
So.
God. The last thing that's said is by you. And you say, don't you think it's time we all do better by our seeds?
Yeah.
Can you explain that stuff?
Yeah.
That's a nice.
I specifically use the word seeds because that's what they are, our children. And we're supposed to be here to help them grow and make sure that they learn and prosper, right? In the black community a lot nowadays, we're not really as specific as we should be in making sure that we teach our children our history and make sure that we teach our children to honor who they are. We're too busy trying to teach our children to sing Kumbaya, right? We're too busy trying to teach our children to sing Kumbaya, where other groups of people make sure that they teach their children to honor who they are first, right? And we've been taught, I don't know that we shouldn't do that, or some black people have the mentality that they don't want to teach the truth because they don't want their children to feel some type of way about black folks, right? So they'd rather than feel some type of way about their own people, right? Just like Condoleezza Rice got up on that talk show called The Park a couple years ago, and she was basically saying that she didn't think that critical race theory should be taught because she don't want white folks to feel bad. And she don't want white children to feel bad about being white if we teach true history. So she's more concerned about their feelings than the feelings of our own people, and that's having the right to know the truth. And they're saying that it's important to know the past to keep from repeating it is true. And the people that's trying to cover up our history, trying to lie about it, trying to rewrite it, that's their purpose for trying to do that. Because if they can rewrite it, then they can go back and try to repeat it. The same stuff over again. Because we won't have the knowledge, of what's going on, or what happened.
And that's co-signing.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that when we say our seeds, it does not matter if the seed is biologically yours or not? That our...
When I say our seeds, I'm just talking about black children in general.
I just want to make that clear. I want to make that clear.
It doesn't have to be, right, it doesn't have to be your biological child.
And that's important.
You're supposed to have this village mentality.
That's right.
So be a village mentality and we look out for each other's children as black people.
That's how it should be.
So I'm coming from a place of love. I wrote something last night when I reposted the trailer, and I said decades and decades from now, maybe a centuries from now, people will see my work and know that I was coming from a place of love. That's where I'm coming from. I'm doing what I'm doing because I love us and I want to see us truly free.
Yeah.
If I didn't really care, if I was selfish like a lot of people, I would just be doing all types of stereotypical crap out there. I could write stereotypical crap. I mean, I don't really want to pick on him, but I could write some Tyler Perry stuff. But you know, I could write some Tyler Perry type stuff. You know, he might call me an uppity N-word. You know how he recently called some black folks
I don't know.
highbrow Negroes.
I didn't know that.
You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear that.
Because they were criticizing his newest film. They were criticizing his newest film called, what's it called? Divorcing Black or Divorcing the Black. Now, there's a lot of people who like it, and then there's some people who don't like it. I didn't watch it because the opening scene, somebody posted the opening scene on Facebook. And in the opening scene is a funeral. And in this funeral, there's like this big brawl or this argument that comes out. And they end up taking the body out, snatching the body out of the casket. You heard me? They took the body out of the casket. Did you watch that? Well, please tell me what you thought of it. You watched it. What did you think?
I think the woman was just on serious business. She didn't give a damn what that pastor was up there saying. For her, it was an insult to her and her family. And she said, before I let you talk another negative thing about my family, I'm going to get his dead black behind out of that coffin and he won't be buried on our land. That's how I saw it.
Okay.
And that's what she did.
We all got our opinion.
Yeah, we got our opinion. That's just a little bit too much for me, snatching body out of the casket. But anyway,
But drama's drama.
Yeah, but he used the term highbrow Negroes to describe black folks who may want to see something different from him. And some of these people may actually be fans of his. They just want to see more of a variety. Right?
That's the point.
In the film, Miss Laverne, who is Miss Sherry right here, says, you're talking to Bridget, Mr. Cortez. You say, kudos to your family. They did their job well. You sound like you know about the past and care about our future. And Mr. James, played by Mama Kay, said, not only that, he seems to understand how important remembering the past is to not making the same mistakes, which is pretty much what you've been saying here today and throughout your film. Let's learn from our past. Let's learn from our ancestors. Let's build upon that. And the only way we can build upon our ancestors is to know what our ancestors went through. We have to know the truth of our lineage.
The truth.
Yeah.
Can't hide it, man.
You hear what I said?
Can't hide it.
Like you said, we got these Negroes nowadays saying we're not our ancestors, though, right?
Right.
That really does it for y'all,
Okay.
right?
Well, DNA proof that we know.
So we've been taught to
But the one thing I have to give for Kamala is we're not going back.
Okay, but we're not doing no Kamala commercial on my podcast.
Okay.
Because I ain't for her like that. She
Okay,
not.
but I
Okay,
But
okay.
I-
So we're not doing no Kamala show. Okay. I got my issue with her. Because we need to be able to question people. But yeah. But you said we're not going back, we ain't never left.
No, I mean,
Ain't
going
nothing
back to
changed.
the same
Ain't nothing
things
changed.
that we were doing, we're not going
Nothing has
to
stopped.
tolerate what we tolerated
We did.
before.
Nothing changed. But it never changed, really. It's just on the surface.
I have a question, Joshua. Joshua's played by Mr. Moses. One of the things you say is, man, this good movie marathon is going to be all day. What is a good movie, sir?
That's a good question. Carl Hayes.
You know.
I don't know what's a good movie.
I'm assuming it's the those iconic like black around in the 90s that a lot of us grew up on, like, you know,
In the
Baby
90s?
Boy.
Well, you were young.
I was a kid, yeah, I was kidding. I was watching Menace Society
How
and
old?
Baby Boy, and I don't know.
Are those good movies?
Superfly.
I mean,
That's hard time. That's hard time.
black exploitation.
Yeah, it was black.
You know, black sensation. Yeah.
So what's a hood movie, Mr. Director?
That was just a term, creative term to describe it because we always hear about the hood this and the hood that. So I just call it the hood movie marathon, describing movies like Bulls in the Hood or Juice.
Any black
And
movie.
movies to society that's dealing with, no, not any black movies, but other movies, just those movies where they show us like shooting and killing each other in the quote unquote hood.
All right. All right.
So I think we had a really, really good conversation. What y'all think?
I think it was very good. I think I'd like to have a snack or two. Now, this was really nice, and we thank everybody who joined us. And, you know, it's good work. It's good to know who's doing what in our communities and holding them up high and supporting. Very, very important stuff.
And like they say, even though me and my cousin may not see eye to eye or Kamala, we still love each other.
I still love
Okay?
it. I still
Because
love it.
that's one of the problems nowadays. People don't know how to agree to disagree.
Right.
If you don't
That's
have the,
right.
if you don't have the same exact opinion as they are, they want to slice you or whatever.
Well, somebody might get tired.
Good luck, I don't have a car. Good luck with
So he ain't
that.
gonna lose.
Good luck with finding that car. Do you guys want to say anything else?
In closing,
Yes. Y'all, I cannot wait for the full length feature.
I wish I had a few more lines now. I can barely remember them. We all. I just feel good.
But you know what? Speaking of what you just said with you two came on at the very last minute. Like 2 hours.
Boom,
right.
Two
boom,
hours.
baby.
And you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
You know, and
Wait a minute, get a close up of her on that one, baby.
She did not. They both knocked it out of the park. I did call them pretty much at kind of at the last
At the last minute, I was waiting by the phone too.
like 2 minutes before, right? Yeah.
But you know what, that just goes to show how when you're doing something and you need help and you don't have money, see, because you know I've done free for a long time and I had said,
I don't do
I'm
free
not
except
doing
for
free anymore, okay?
One of
And
them.
I'm honored that she does that.
Don't call me talking free because you did.
Because your name not Caucasian.
Your name ain't Caucasian. I'm just making I like little green, baby.
Don't be all. Don't be all.
But that's why I was saying, you know, that you needed somebody that could act. We're not novice, you know, we're pros.
And
So-
you needed somebody that loves you
Yeah.
and believe in what you do
Yeah.
and support you.
It's very
That's what
important.
you do.
Yeah, and that's why we were last minute. Because he called us and we came.
Yeah, because like I said, at first it was a all-male cast, and I was like,
And that's the part I was very excited. I'm gonna meet my husband. I'm sorry.
I wanted a
Brother
female.
Elliot?
I wanted to bring a female presence into the film, even if it's brief. I
Yeah.
wanted to do that, you know. And a lot of that has to do with the respect that I have for women in my family, stuff like that, my mother and all that. Like, the way that I feel strongly for black women and all that, is because my mother did her job. I was blessed with a great mother. Still have a great mother. Who went through a lot. Amazing woman who.
Plus you were breastfed, right? You were breastfed. Right?
No, I don't.
That always keep them connected.
No, but she was a strong, gracious,
Strong.
intelligent black woman.
Don't listen to me, I'm a fool.
Who stood up to a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And handled it gracefully.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
You know, we're pushing for you because it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful film. People are going to appreciate it and understand it
So
and
that's-
talk about it.
Yeah, that's why we need people to talk about it, share the trailer, make that trailer go viral. Share it all over the place. I don't care. Share. I know. Well, Morgan's not on social media. He don't want to deal with y'all.
I love that.
He's not on social media
I
at
love
all.
it. That's class.
And I probably wouldn't be on it either if I wasn't on. You know. Yeah. So, hey, but we gotta do right. We'll try to get it out there. But I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate Kenya coming in here to the hostess and Terry back in here. She's one to stand way back there.
But she doing her thing,
She's
though.
doing her thing back there. She's doing her thing back there. But the blessed with a really phenomenal cast. Very proud of what everybody delivered in their roles. You know, and it made me very happy because as a writer, when you, I don't know who else here writes, but I know you do. Who else here writes?
I occasionally write.
But I ain't wrote a screen.
But yeah, but when you, as a writer, and you hear an actor deliver your words, the way that you picture it in your mind,
Right.
it really does something for you when you hear that.
Yeah, I can identify with that. Like, that's just like writing a song. You gave me some stuff. I went home, listened to the music, and got into my head about it like all night long. And then brought it to you, and then for you to sing it, and then we hear how it sounds once the words are put with the music, and then your voice, and that's really exciting. It's like your baby.
Yeah.
And you're really protective over it. What everybody do say? I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. Most definitely. So we be real sensitive about the things that we produce,
Right.
because they come from us and it comes from our heart.
You
So
better
we take time. We take time to really pour out into what we do so that it touches people. We don't do anything for happenstance or to play games or just to be seen. What we do is to make an impact on our people. If we're not doing nothing else but making an impact on our people, we're not trying to do nothing. We're not just trying to make them laugh. We need y'all to think about where you come from and where you're going. Because if you don't know where you come from, you sure as hell don't know where you're going.
Whoop! Bam!
Mr. Timothy Magazine, who's a very talented actor, right?
Quick question though, because right now we pretty much explained to everybody that it's because of the tight knit that your family members jumped on board, helped you with the project, and then there was people like me that came on board because they saw the vision. My question is this: after you show the short story, is there a way that people that are out there can help you financially to move things on to your next project? You know, is there a way that people can donate?
I don't have a website set up yet, but I'm working on that right now.
You got a cash app?
Yeah, I do have a cash app.
Give them that.
No.
We got separated.
I gotta separate that stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. But for now, I mean, I know you can't send it there, but until I have the website set up, you can email me, and then when I get the website set up, I can email you guys back, right? So right now you can email Caltays Ransom Films. That's my name, Caltays Ransom, C-A-R-L-T-A-I-S-E, Ransom, R-A-N-S-O-M, Films, F-I-L-M-S, @gmail.com. Contact me there, and I'm working on getting the website set up as soon as possible. I definitely could use some donations. I've had this habit lately of ending my films in a certain way, like a little stuff being up in the air. I do the same thing. Did you see a film extra?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
You know my memory. I'm old. I didn't look good.
Well,
That's right.
that's the one that Austin played my best.
Oh, right. I know
And
that.
Stephanie's in it too.
Yes, right.
And Fresh played
Right.
my brother.
Right.
Yeah, so I ended that in a way that it left everything up in the air, right? Because I wanted the audience to
Come up with their
come to their
own.
own conclusion of what they think should happen. And that's kind of sort of what I did with this, too, sort of. But it left things open where you can maybe become a series. Yeah, so Jumbled Thoughts
For
might
me
be
to have a
series.
character.
Yeah, Miss Janice will be back. And Miss Laverne and
Miss
Trey,
Laverne.
Joshua, Eric.
All
Oh
right.
yeah. There's one cast member who couldn't make it. He said that he maybe could be able to make it virtually, but I never saw him on the corner here. Is Mosiah Fit. We want to give Mosiah Fit a shout out. Thank you.
Mosiah.
Who played the role of Eric. Thank you, brother Mosiah, for your great performance as brother Eric. With Eric. Thank you. Jumbled Thoughts.
Yep.
You want to look out.
Share that trailer. Share that trailer.
Yeah, share that trailer.
We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
And your comments
Beautiful
Yeah,
comment.
definitely
on the
make some
trail.
comments.
What you
I
think?
couldn't see that from here because he was on hold, but I'm sure they were
Yeah.
great comments.
Yeah, I gotta get some more devices. It was tablet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our budget's a little small, but we make it happen.
That's right.
I got a big old tablet.
Yeah, we over here, we not waiting for to sit at nobody's table, we building a table.
That's right.
We
Oh,
sitting at our own
oh,
table.
oh,
You hear my sister?
that's part of the title of my book, right?
Let me hear the whole thing.
I have to say it.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I should show it to you.
We enjoy being here, talking to all of you and sharing so much information about the trailer Jumbled Thoughts. We want y'all to share the trailer. The movie is going to be amazing. It's going to teach you some things, make you feel something, but most of all, it's going to make an impact on your life. Think about how those hood movies affect us and what is happening to our young men.
Some people
And
think it's just
about that.
entertainment. Some
It's
people
not
think-
just entertainment. Whatever you absorb, it gets in your spirit. You have to pay attention to what you feed your spirit and what you're giving out to the world.
Edutainment.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So we're here to educate.
Did you hear?
We educating over here. That's what we doing. So check out that trailer.
And we want y'all to enjoy yourselves
Yes.
too.
Yes.
So the movie does
Don't
have-
get scared.
So
Don't be nervous.
Yeah, don't be scared of
Don't be
people.
scared. I ain't trying to stick. I ain't trying to stick.
I wanna
But
point out.
it's serious
Too
though.
much for me.
I mean, it's serious, but it's going a movie. Let's see. What a great storyteller does is he'll give you some of that hard stuff, but he'll give you a little love, a little laughter, a little something to
Yeah.
cushion it.
That's right.
It's a balance.
That's
There's
real
a
life.
balance. But it's real life.
Because there's some humor in there. There's some stuff that will
That's
make you
real
laugh.
life. It's a balance.
It's
They
about
try to
balance.
scare y'all.
Ah,
Because you was going in. You was going in, warrior woman.
I know it's my little war. That's what I love. Don't play with her.
They were like, oh shit. Don't be scared. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be sharing this video. Definitely on here on Instagram on the CNO page. On Instagram, it's also going to be on the CNO page on Facebook and also on YouTube. It'll be in those three places.
And please take your word. Let me know how I look on the camera too.
But we made it work.
We made it work.
Even with the little screen I got right now. I can't afford no tablet right now, but it is what it is. So what? Anyway, still made it work.
So send him some donations, baby. Send him some donations.
But the film looks good.
It looks good.
The cast is phenomenal. Very proud.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
It ain't nighttime yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember, support the arts.
Yes,
There you
always.
go. Support the arts. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
So is anybody just drinking these waters or put them over here? Let's do it. You already drank that
Yeah,
up.
I sure need.
You drinking your water, take it home?
I had to get up.
My knees.
Sit there.